me, go to the Wall Street Journal in November 2012. You can find it for yourself.
Voters deserve the truth. The reason the head of the Committee to Preserve Social Security and Medicare called me a savior is because I'm on the front lines protecting Social Security. I have 100% the Alliance for Retired Americans. It was Ms. Edwards who, during that debate, said on national television that everything is on the table. And the biggest threat to Social Security during that period of time was the vote to default on the debt. I voted with Barbara Mikulski and with President Obama to not default on the debt, which would have jeopardized people on Social Security and Medicare. Ms. Edwards voted with the majority of the Tea Party to default on the debt, which would have jeopardized Social Security and Medicare. As Congresswoman Edwards said, just check the record.
Before the break. This one concerns integrating American Muslims into our society. And the question is, what would you do in the Senate to improve relationships between patriotic American Muslims and other elements of American society? And my first speaker will be Congressman Van Hollen.
Well, look, one of the outrages of this presidential election has been Donald Trump and others sowing hatred against Muslims and people of other religion. My father's family was from Baltimore, but he went into the Navy and then he went into the Foreign Service. I was actually born in Karachi, Pakistan. So I'll tell you, I take this birther stuff very personally. Here's the thing. This country is founded on the idea that we're all in this together. It doesn't matter where we came from. It doesn't matter what religions we are. We all have the opportunity to live the American dream. And singling out Muslims for that kind of attack and that kind of hatred is everything that we don't stand for. It's an undermining of our fundamental beliefs in this country. So I will continue to speak out, as we all should, when we hear people leveling that hatred rhetoric. We need to make sure that we're all in this together, and we need to make sure that we have a foreign policy that recognizes how stupid, in addition to being wrong, how stupid it is for people like Donald Trump to attack the Muslim world. Because the reality is, it was ISIS and Al-Qaeda that hijacked the Islam religion for their own hateful purposes. And for us to paint the whole Muslim world with one brush is not only wrong, but it undermines our national security, because we need to work with our allies in the Muslim world to fight that kind of Al-Qaeda organization and to fight ISIS. So it's morally wrong, it undermines our values, and it's stupid from a national security perspective. So we need to take this argument.
Answer to the same question by Congresswoman Edwards.
I have a long history on these issues, especially dealing with our brothers and sisters in the Muslim community, going back to my days at the ARCA Foundation before I came into Congress, when there was all the ramp up of the hateful rhetoric around the country. I actually, as the director of the ARCA Foundation, funded the Muslim American groups to do voter registration, education, and outreach in those communities. I carried that work into the Congress of the United States. I have visited, I think, almost every mosque in our region when I represented Montgomery County, and of course here in Prince George's County too. Just a few weeks ago, I was worshiping with our Muslim brothers and sisters at the mosque where President Obama made his first appearance. And I think that Congressman Van Hollen is correct here. We are not going to really deal with the extremists around the world unless we have the support and the cooperation of Muslim communities here in the United States and around the world. And a recognition that there may be some bad apples in every single religion, but that does not an entire bushel make. And so I think it's really important for us to engage here in the United States, the Muslim community, in our shared fight for the dignity and the respect of all people, and in our shared fight against those who would tear us apart. We can do that together, but it certainly requires the leadership at the top in the presidency, which is why we cannot afford either the hateful rhetoric or the election of someone who's espousing that kind of hateful rhetoric in the White House of the United States.
30 minutes of commentary from the congressman.
This is obviously a broader issue about who we are as a country. And we are a country that needs to continue to build a more perfect home. And we all know that the story and struggle of America has been to work to meet the promise of America, which was unmet and continues to be unmet in terms of equal rights and equal justice and equal opportunity. And that means bringing everybody along and not dividing people based on religion or race or ethnicity. And that's what we've got to do together here in Maryland, is to make sure everybody can achieve the American dream and the American promise. We've come a distance, but we have a long way to go. And bringing everybody together, all religions, all races, is key to making sure we achieve that dream.
Well, I'm gonna sit here. I don't think there's anything to add. I mean, we're sitting here in this room, and I look around the room, and there are faces that are young and old, and there are men and women, and I have no idea what religions you are, but I suspect that we have a variety of religions represented here in this room too, and races and ethnicities and cultures. And the beauty of America is that all of us can sit in this room together, and although we can have a really spirited political debate, at the end of the day, we recognize that we're Americans. And I will say, just in closing, as the daughter of a almost 30-year veteran of the United States Air Force, living every single region of the country next to people who were no more alike than I was with them, it reminds me of who we are as Americans. Yes.
All of the speakers, that begins the intermission. It was scheduled for a lengthy period of time. I seem to be a fan of long periods, but we would like you to reassemble in 5 minutes, because we had a very good program, and we are only restricted